right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the latest episode of Ear to Ear Podcast with C-Ray and Lanny Mo. I am the one and only that I know of, C-Ray, and that is Lanny Mo over there. Lanny, how you doing this evening, man?
What's happening, Captain?
Oh, buddy, it's another day in paradise on the mountain. I love it here. Couple things to get into this week, some fun stuff. If you've been living under a rock and haven't been paying attention to WVU sports, I don't know where you've been. Rich Rod is officially Friday. The presser came out. Everything happened. We've gone back in time, Lanny. You got your wish, man. You and Jeff Ruff out there got your wish. Rich Rod is back. Been a lot of mixed feelings about it over the last week. A lot of people don't like it. I think most people love it. There's some people that are kind of in the middle. We here at Ear to Ear got to go to the festivities Friday at the Coliseum, and it was a lot of fun. Pat McAfee put on a really great show. There was even a heckler. Yeah, right? This guy that decided he wanted to, I guess, tell Rich Rod his true feelings.
I'm going to tell him how I feel.
Yeah.
For about 40 seconds of it.
That's about all he got. That's about all he got until the cops figured out what was going on and got to him. Something I'm pretty proud of is I took a video of that while we were sitting there. You know that, Laney. We were the first. Ear to Ear was the first ones to put it on Twitter. And it amassed 440,000 views.
Attaboy.
Yeah, boy. So it was kind of cool to put that on there. We do have some new followers because of that. So if you are one of the new followers that just joined us this past weekend, thank you for doing so. We really appreciate it. We'll tell you right now that we are very much an opinionated, according to the podcast world, we are a fan opinionated podcast, which means we are not actual journalists, and that
you're not. I'm not a journalist.
Yeah, Laney, I'm sorry to tell you, brother, you're not a real journalist. But we do have a lot of fun here. What we really are about is just talking about WVU sports and just being bluntly transparent and honest. We don't really sugarcoat our feelings for things, like my feelings for Barney's pepperoni rolls. I freaking hate them. They could shoot one at a football game to me in a cannon, and I would throw it back onto the field to them. I don't want them; they're nasty. Laney, as a matter of fact, Laney, let's start the show with that, man. Tell them the story you were telling me before. Some of y'all got to hear this thing. You guys this.
So we have no sponsors, and
this may be why.
Well, we know the Barney's pepperoni rolls will never be a sponsor of us if they ever even hear about this. But I'm waiting in my buddy in the concourse area at the basketball game last night versus I came in. Who did they play?
Oh my God, I don't remember.
Cookman,
we're terrible.
Something Cookman.
We're terrible.
Bethany Cookman.
Bethany, call it. You tell your story. I'll look.
No, anyway, Bethayu Cookman, something Cookman. Anyway, I'm waiting up in my concourse area. I decided to go get a bite to eat and, take out a small loan and help out the NIL and get a trust beer. And so anyway, I go over and I'm like, man, and I go to walk beside the pepperoni rolls and the guy grabs one. And I said, you're into disappointing yourself. And he's like, well, I don't know what you mean. And I said, you'll see. So that's about 10 minutes for tip off. At halftime, I'm walking through the concourse area, and the same gentleman goes, that was the worst pepperoni roll I ever had in my life. You warned me. Please, if anything, WVU bring back the Julian pepperoni rolls.
Man, come on.
Yes. The made in Chico here in Morgantown. Barney's made in Fairmont. Yeah, so it is what it is.
I just, I remember the first one I had at one of the WVU games, and I think it was last season. Actually, it wasn't this past year. And I took like 4 bites, and I was like, "This is garbage," and I set it down. And I literally just put it down. I didn't eat the rest of it. I mean, it was just bad. So that is what it is. Funny stuff there. I like it, but
they're writing. They're writing a check to WVU. And,
I mean, hey,
that it is what it is. It is.
They're doing their part. Listen, you know what? This is funny and ironic. Barney's they're a lot like Neil Brown. They're great people. but their product sucks. Okay, I'm just saying.
I honestly, I've moved on so far from Neil Brown, it's unreal. But
You know what, man? Listen, in all seriousness, we all wish him the best, but he has not gotten the job yet.
that's it. No, you know what? He's in no hurry. You know what I'm saying? Well, the bowl season's still going on, and you know, coaches, the carousels just, you know, the main ones have kind of filled their positions, and you know, there's staffs out there. There's some smaller schools that'll be hiring their coach soon, and Neil Brown, he's going to get phone call. He's going to get a job. There's no doubt in my mind.
I heard that he's already turned down too. Now I don't know how true it is. I heard he turned down Appalachian State and didn't even entertain UMass.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's got friends and he's got
in low places.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if anything, I can see him going to Kentucky tomorrow and working for Stoops, and I can see doing something with Kentucky. That's where I'm. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, we'll agree to disagree. We'll agree to disagree on that. I think some of the schools look at what he did here and they're like, yeah, no thanks. But going back to the video of the heckler at the presser, so I posted that. We amassed over 440,000 views. Proud of that. However, had I known that posting a video like that would have been such a big deal and would have gotten us, a chunk of followers, I would have thrown trash at somebody in public a long time ago and recorded it. I mean, we're not trying to be famous on this or anything, but hey, it's always good to get new followers. But Laney, let's start with Rich and what some of the things he said in his presser, man. Like, how do you? I mean, everybody out there that watches us knows that out of the two of us, you were definitely the big Rich fan. So how'd you feel about his presser and, some of the things he said and stuff?
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I will never lie. And,
that is true.
I had tears in my eyes for the first time in a long time that I got emotional, truly emotional about hearing somebody speak. And the feeling that I had was there's no place that he would rather truly be. He admitted I should have never left. And that's hard. That is hard for a grown man to suck up his pride and put that out there, that a mistake was made and he just wants to make it right. And for those who doubt him. He said that. Let me earn everything back. I don't want nothing given to me. Let me earn. I will show you that I want to win here, that I will do everything within me I just want to win. And across our fan base, the number one thing that I've talked to, 10 people, and the number one thing is they've said, I just want to win.
Absolutely.
That's where we're at. That's where we're at. And winning will heal it all.
Well,
and you know what? And now it's put up time. Yeah, like we kind of talked about it last episode. It was last time me and you talked on here. It was like, where's the line at before? How long's his string? And this and that, whatever. And and I think he has to win. I'm going to say 7 next year. 7 wins. It improves you from this year, and then you go from there. So that's where I'm at with it now that I have time to think about it. And, but I think next year locking in 7 and it improves. It shows improvement in year 1 that you improved from what somebody else did. And you just go from there.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of things I agree with what you said. First off, starting with him kind of talking about how he should have never left and, blah, blah, and all that stuff. There's a lot of people out there that think that maybe it was kind of a show he was putting on. And hey, maybe it was. Maybe he goes home to Rita and says, F them all, back here. But,
no way.
I don't think that's, you know what I mean? Like, he very well could have stayed at Jackson State if he didn't want to be here.
Right.
And would have probably gotten a raise after what he accomplished this year. And you know what I mean? So, but I think maybe it was just because I went to the presser and got to see it all in person. I believe he has remorse for everything and how it ended, and I think he does want to make it right. And here's why. Walk with me on this. And I explained this to somebody this weekend that I was talking to it about. And this particular person was like, "Wow, I think it was kind of a scripted tear." Because I said, "What about what about the tears that he looked like he was shedding on stage?" And he called them crocodile tears and said they were scripted, stuff like that. And that's fine. That's fine. That's what he thinks. But here was my response. You, me, probably anybody else that we would ask that's a WVU fan probably would agree that him leaving in 2007 was the worst business decision of his professional life, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
he
leaves here
after the fact. After the fact, yeah.
Yeah. So most people, I think, would agree with that. Okay. Yeah, he accomplished some stuff at Arizona that Arizona hadn't done ever. Some of their best football years was while Rich Rod was there, and that's great. But I think everybody would agree because he had to drop to the bottom and come up through G5 again to get back to Power 4 football. So if you would agree that 2007 and him leaving was the worst professional decision of his life, then it stands to reason that when he stands up there and admits that in public at a press conference and apologizes for that and shows remorse for that, it stands to reason that he means that. So I believe it. I think I've said it 100 times. He wasn't my first pick, but I'm on board. And I'm excited. I mean, I was ready to not go to games next season, Lanny. I mean, I was going to have to tell you a hard truth come springtime if they didn't fire Neil that, hey, man, I might come up and tailgate some with you this year, but I'm not going to games.
You straight up said I'm not putting no money into this. I refuse for another dollar to, I'm saying, that percentage that pays his salary to come out of mine.
I mean, yeah. And I'm at a point now where, like, hell, I'm ready for the Pitt game to be tomorrow. Now, I wouldn't do it with our current roster. We need some overhaul and stuff, but like, I'm ready to go. I'm on the bandwagon here, and I'm ready to support, Rich and see what he's going to be able to do. Now, granted, he has to kind of readjust the Power 4 football again. So I don't know how successful and how quickly he's going to be successful here, if that makes sense. A lot of people kind of have done away with allowing for a rebuild year. A lot of people are at a point with NIL and the portal and everything. They say, hey, first year you should be winning. I'm okay with giving a year. I'm okay with not really having any expectations on the first year. I think the second year, especially with how a lot of our larger donors are offering to open up their checkbooks, I think in the second year, we should probably see a good idea of where our trajectory is. But I'm okay with the first year just being like, hey, we won 6, we won 7. Good first year. Let's take the next year, take what we've started with, and let's build on this and accomplish some stuff next year. That mindset, I think I personally am okay with.
And we're going to get eaten alive for saying that by some.
No,
because they think, because they truly believe that he should come in here and ignite it for 8 and 9 this first year with the NIL and this and that, whatever. But I'm telling you what, it is going to be so much fun. This is going to be so much fun just to watch the recruiting and watch the excitement and the fireworks and the different aspects of players, coming in and the rumors are going to fly about who was here, what got posted on their Twitter already, who entered the portal, and it's about to get insane. And it's already started with Chris Henry's son.
Yeah.
So
yeah, dude, that'd be a pretty solid. Get.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be,
and
that would be nice.
And right now he's already got an idea. He's out there putting his feelers out there for this coaching staff. He's going to evaluate who's here already, and he realizes that our defense. He realizes it. I mean, he's watched the WVU defense has not been good for a while now, and That's going to be his thing where, hey, I'm going to do the offensive thing and kind of that's his, you know what I'm saying? That's his spot. That's his niche. And he's going to, I think he is going to load up on defensive staff and say, run it. You guys got that part and you have at it, because he openly said that he said, I'm not the coach I was, 17 years ago. I'm not the coach.
17 years ago.
I'm not the coach I was 10 years ago. Hell, I'm not the coach I was last week. He said that. And he wants to be more of a delegate coach. You know what I'm saying? These guys do this. These guys, my job is to run the team and run my, you know what I'm saying? But this is what I want out of you, and this is your job,
Right.
Let's go get it. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, well, I'm excited for it. I'm ready to see how it goes. And look, you know what? If you're one of those people out there that you're still totally against this hire, Lanny might not agree with you, but I get it. I understand where you're coming from. I understand your point of view, but he's been hired. Nothing we can do about it. At least get on the wagon for a little bit and see where it might go. That's all I'm asking. I know there's a lot of hard feelings and out there, and maybe you're on the side of this heckler who, from what I understand from a couple people I talked to, heard him yelling some things of kind of I don't know if anybody else out there actually heard anything more than what I'm getting ready to say. Put it somewhere in a comment or on our Twitter or something, because I'm curious to see if anybody got real good ears on what he heard. But I heard that a lot of it was like, you don't deserve to be our coach. Go back to Michigan. You sell out. You sold us out. This, that kind of crap. He only, like you said, Lanny, he only got 30 seconds in before the cops showed up and said, all right, buddy, come on, move along. So, but more
I just love the fact that, kind of like the showman part of Rich came out with the whole if there's any other Pitt fans in the building, you can go with him.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
And Rich heard everything he said. Maybe did, maybe didn't. But I think so, because he was right there. I mean, literally.
Listen, I don't know if you saw, but like I was kind of watching Rich Rod's face for a second while I was videoing it, and he just kind of stood there and looked at him and was legitimately listening to him.
Yeah,
I'm like, wonder what's going to happen here. So it was something.
And then he's like, well, he said, I'm not as spry as I used to be. And
yeah.
He
back
said,
in the day, that guy might have gotten a little different reaction.
Back in the day, I'd have came off his stage, And, it's just one of them things where it's like, what are you accomplishing with that? That's where I'm at. The same thing with, other things I don't agree with. I don't see the purpose of some things and freedom of speech and whatever, but still yet though, it's like you are just twisting it to yourself at that point. You're putting it's not what you had to say. It's that you were the one saying it,
Sure. I'm not sure what the guy was trying to accomplish other than just getting his feelings off his chest, I guess, which is fine. Hey, that's
he's
great,
been bottled up for a long time.
Yeah. He's been waiting 17 years.
Hey, then he walks in. Hey, he gets escorted out and goes, I showed him.
He walked back to his car happy with himself, and if he did, good for him.
Anyway.
But
I don't think that guy's gonna buy season tickets.
He's probably not coming to any games next year. Moving on to the next big piece of news that, if anybody is well aware, this is what's going on this week. If you're one of them people that doesn't like looking at our beautiful faces and you're not watching this on YouTube, I made a pretty graphic of Memphis and West Virginia and the Scooters Coffee. The Scooters Coffee Frisco.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep.
This is going on tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central Time, which, crappy for us here Eastern Time. That's 9 o'clock. Not that it matters. We're all going to watch it. But
it's Tuesday night, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but by the time people watch this, it's Monday.
Okay. Yeah.
Come on, Laney, get with it, man.
Very true. Very true.
But yes, sorry guys. Let's just say Tuesday at 8 p.m. We are going to play Memphis. Now, Not
Rawr,
sure what Memphis really has for us. I know Laney doesn't have a lot of
rawr.
info on them. I've
They're
got a little
they're,
bit of
they're,
info
they're from
on them.
Tennessee. Their university's in Tennessee.
Oh, that well, you know what? You know more than maybe a couple people out there. I don't, I guess starting with their receiving, they don't really have any one lone standout receiver. They don't have anybody out there that I think is going to make any kind of a big splash on us. You got to remember too, this is a
But they,
G5 school,
but
and
they
with the state of
sorry. Go ahead. I interrupted you, brother. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I just going through some of their stuff. They got some receivers that are decent, but they don't have any one that stands out. I think their leading receiver is like, I don't know, 830 yards or something on the season. Not a real huge average or anything like that. They do a good job of spreading the ball around. They've hit a lot of different receivers on the year though. But they got to be doing something right. Their quarterback, in my opinion, is their strong suit. Statistically, he's pretty good, man. He's got 32.08 on the year, and he's averaging 267 yards a game, which is about a little over 100 more yards than Green. Now, Green's much better on the ground. This Seth Hannigan Hannigan, I can't remember which, is their quarterback. He's pretty good in the air. He's good in the air if the receivers are open. Not as good on the ground as Green is. Their defense, nothing special. They're giving up 21 points a game. But they did manage to finish season 10-2, which still finished third in their conference, which is the American Conference, if I remember correctly. We'll take a look here, look at their schedule. I mean, they got a typical G5 schedule, right? They're playing North Alabama, Troy, Florida. They did beat Florida State, though. I forgot about that. Did beat Florida State. Their only two losses are to Navy and UTSA, which is University of Texas San Antonio.
Navy's pretty good. Navy's pretty good.
Yeah. Not a bad loss, and they didn't really take a whipping. They lost to Navy 56-44. So it's not really like Navy beat them down. I mean,
and they beat a pretty good Tulane team.
Yep, so. They beat a good Tulane team by 10 points. UAB, Rice, other wins, North Texas and Charlotte. Just kind of a typical G5 thing aside from Florida State and Navy. So they did beat Troy.
This would be a good this would be a good matchup for us.
I think it is. I think it's a good matchup, and I think it's a matchup that we're going to I don't think we're going to have much of a problem winning, and the reason why is because at the end of the day, it's still a G5 school. It's still G5 athletes against mainly Power 4 athletes. Now, I'll say this: if our defense doesn't close down the receivers, it might be a little more difficult. But I think that our defense can keep them contained. I think their problem is going to be stopping our run game. We've got a lot of weapons. We've got kind of that three-headed monster when you include Green in the backfield for running. So I think that we're going to move the ball. I look for us to run more than pass.
I think they're going to throw it all over the yard on us if they're smart. If they've watched any type of film, they should be able to, lather up his arm a little bit and let him go for about 45 for 60 passing. And that's what I would do on our defense, but I'm not a coach and they probably don't do what I'll do. But I think I'm expecting a shootout in around 12:30 when the game ends Tuesday night. I think West Virginia wins. I'm going to throw it out there 48-45.
48-45.
That's right off the top of my head, bro.
So you're just looking. All right, you're looking for an offensive spectacle.
I'm looking for just no defense up and down the field.
Yeah. I think I'm really glad that this was our draw because with the current state of our program, with having an interim coach and everything that's going on, I'm not. I guess maybe I shouldn't downplay him so much. You know what I mean? Maybe it's going to be one of those things. I'm hoping the team doesn't downplay him as much as I seem to be downplaying because we might get bit in the ass if we do that. Mm-hmm. But I think this is going to come off pretty easy for us. I think there's going to be some scary moments, and I think that Chad Scott's going to carry us to victory. We're going to finish the season 7-6, which really isn't what anyone thought or wanted to happen. No. I'm going 41-24. Good guys. You know, I don't think it's going to be. I think our defense is going to be good enough to keep them out of the red zone enough to not have to sweat.
Well, the thing is, too, I mean, I don't want to say that. Please take this lighthearted when I say this, that we're battle tested, you know, but we beat. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know the exact terms, but I mean, we beat a Cincinnati that's not garbage. UCF. I mean, we played some decent teams that if we didn't play UAB, anybody on their schedule, we would have beaten. You know, except for we probably would have lost to Navy. We
lost to Florida State.
No, Florida State was bad. We'd beat.
Yeah,
Florida
we would have lost to Florida
No,
State.
we beat bad.
Anyway,
we beat bad
our
teams.
defense, dude. Our defense would have given up. No, there ain't no damn way we beat Florida State. Those are 2 losses right there if those are on our schedule this year.
Florida State's awful. Awful.
They are awful, but we were awful.
But we beat bad teams. We beat bad teams.
So, okay. Well, that's true. Here's the thing to keep in mind. Okay. Isn't Memphis ranked?
25th. Because of the
that's bad news, Bears.
That is bad news.
Well,
but
Neil's not our coach. Neil's not coaching.
That's on the bingo card. Yep.
Chad Scott has a chance to do something Neil never did. Go undefeated against ranked teams. You like it. Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Oh, God. All right. Well, hey, ladies and gents, we appreciate you guys. Hey, before we go, basketball, okay? Basketball team, man. Listen, ladies, men's and women's, killing it so far. I know we're still playing the quote-unquote cupcake schools, and we're still in our out-of-conference, but we've had some pretty good wins out of conference already.
Yeah,
with such a young team. I mean, we beat Gonzaga. They were number 3. We beat Arizona. They were number 4. We beat Georgetown, who wasn't ranked, and I don't think they are still yet. No. But they were 7-1 when we played them.
Yeah,
Georgetown's usually a pretty strong team. Our basketball team is giving me a lot of hope, and not so much what we're going to accomplish this year. Although the way we're starting out, I'm starting to have some expectations, and I don't want to be like that. But they're giving me a lot of hope for like Darian DeVries and what we're going to accomplish with him as our coach.
Now we got to figure. It's about to get real here. I think they got about 3 more games against no names. When I say no names, smaller schools.
No, actually, we only have 1. We played
Mercyhurst. Yeah,
we played them on the 22nd.
Which I thought that was just a hospital in New York, but I guess it's not. It's a real university somewhere.
Well, it's a hospital, and they get all the male nurses as the basketball team. No, they play them on the 22nd, and then we go into Big 12 play. I'm not sure on the date. Oh, hey, it's New Year's Eve, 12/31. We play Kansas on New Year's Eve, who currently is number 10. They have taken a little bit of a tumble.
Yeah.
So now, am I going to say I think we got a huge chance? No, because it's at Kansas, and we know how that goes.
We don't win in the fog. No,
we don't win in the fog, but I feel a lot. I don't feel scared.
This team's. I mean, this team hustles. I mean, they play hard. They play really hard.
Yeah.
A lot is really going to have to depend on who steps up for DeVries, and with his injury and what the severity of that is. If it's going to be, if they're actually just holding him out for a while to see how it goes. There was some rumblings. I don't know how true it is at all that if there's a medical red shirt available to him or not. And, or if this is his true, last year, but, it's going to be, you're going to have some guys step up and play, because you're just not losing his scoring and his efficiency and stuff like that. You're losing a coach on the floor. I mean, he's been in his dad's system, for 4 or 5 years. So, I mean, this is a guy that's on the floor that can say, hey, wrap around here, do whatever, set this up. This is what we're doing. And I mean, that's a lot. Even if, he's averaging, I'm going to say 14, 15 a game, probably is my guess. But, you're losing that scoring. But one of the biggest things is you're losing a floor general out there.
That's pretty good, man. 14.9 a game. That's pretty spot on. That's pretty good, Lanny. That's pretty good.
Not too bad, because I am not a stat guy. So I was just guessing. I took like okay, we play like 9 games, and he's something like that. So
it's pretty good. It's not bad. Yeah. No, I agree. They got a lot of hustle in them. They got a lot of hard work, and to credit most of our teams in the past, all of our teams usually have that. But I'm sorry, there's just a different coaching style that DeVries brings in that just is more aligned with the pace of today's game than Huggins' was. It's nothing against Huggy. I mean, we all love Huggins and what he did for the university and the state, and he, except for his unfortunate summer, will always be a person we all loved around the university. But I just always thought that the game was, it's cliche, passing him by. And a lot of people get mad and say, oh, you're passing him by. No, it happens. I'm sorry. Huggins was coaching a very old school way that does not compute very well in today's game. And DeVries brings in a more updated style. Excuse me. I think that competes better. So, so far, he's proven it. He's done something that no other coach in our school has been able to do, and that's beat Gonzaga. Now, granted, we only played them 5 times before this year, but still, we got that win. So,
well, DeVries is more of a, to me anyway, he's just more of an XOs, coach and a systematic, and Huggins more relied on athletic ability and and just a more of a grit type of player, where DeVries is more of a systematic approach to the game. So
no, I think that's really good too. That's a good way to look at it, because if you don't have to have 5 5-stars on the floor. If you have a good system that is ran with discipline, you can win games without having all 5 stars on your team. Go to the other side of that coin. If you have a team full of 5 stars that are just all out there running balls to the walls, hair on fire, no organization, no discipline, no real system, it's harder to win games like that.
Well, the thing with the thing with this team we have right now is shot making. They can either shoot themselves out of a game. True. They can either shoot themselves out of a game or shoot themselves into a game. And we haven't seen those like big streaks, but even just, last night, I think they went something like 6 minutes without scoring. And then next thing, we build a lead, slowly let it get back down and build it back up. And I think they end up winning by 22, 23, something like that. But for the longest time, that was like a 8-point, 12-point, 7-point, 14-point. And it was just, we just could not extend until there was about probably 5 minutes left in the game, is when we went on a nice little 10-2 run and put it away handily. But I'm good. And I'm just ready for the excitement back. We will have this time next year, WVU will have 3 teams ranked in the top 25.
That's ballsy.
And I'm contradicting myself because I just said that we're probably going to go win like 7, maybe 8 games next year in football. And that will not get you in the top 25. But
no. You were talking about men's basketball, women's basketball, and soccer.
Yeah, water polo. Yeah.
The water polo team. Yeah, I gotta get an update on that. I'll have an update on that after the bowl.
Yeah. But good times are coming. It's going to be like 2005. I mean, for real. I can feel it. I feel the the 26-year-old in me, coming out.
Yeah, for me that was for me. Let's see. I mean, unfortunately, I wasn't in college when Rod was. To the 2007 football year was my senior year of high school. So my first year in college was Bill Stewart's first year. So I still got to enjoy some good times. I got to enjoy some wins.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. So all right.
Yep.
We're going to cut it off there, ladies and gents. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you all out there. Got anything you want to say or something you don't like, tell us in the comments. You guys know where to find us on all the regular places, on the Twitter, the Apple Podcast, Spotify, and YouTube. It can all be found by typing in Ear to Ear. That's EER2TOEAR podcast. And with that being said, everybody have a good week.
Please like, subscribe, comment, please. If you just want to hear us talk about something, we will talk about it openly, honestly. Real fans, real talk. It's in our logo, and that's what we live by. We are not sponsored at all by anybody. We are not affiliated with WVU or anybody. We're just two fans sitting in their basements. We've been talking about this for a year now. And if you like us, comment. If you don't like us, comment. So ask us questions, and we will honestly. We're not going to make stuff up, but we're pretty good at just answering. So hope we kept you entertained as always from ear to ear. Let's go.